YouTube knife community, what's going on, guys? I got a different one for you today. A little bit of a story to these two knives here, and these are not your regular buck 110s by any means. But first of all, I want to thank everybody that joined the live stream tonight between myself and Big J's Knives. Man, that was a great time. Thank you, Tristan Barnett, for coming on. He was a great guest. Really was. We're gonna have him on again at some point in the near future. I'm gonna jump right into this one, guys. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I've showed these knives here before on my channel, but there's something that I really didn't tell about these knives that I don't completely understand yet. Let me give you the quick rundown of the story of these two knives. Now you can see this one here. This is a buck 110. This is G10 with S30V blade steel, and you see there's a number on the blade. Whenever you see that number on the blade, you see it's a limited edition. All right, there's so many made out of, that's the number of however many were made. Same thing with this here, guys. There's the serial number there, and then you see the 50, and this is definitely not your regular buck 110. It has the big squared off bolsters, just completely different. Not completely different, but different from your regular 110. And if we also look at the bottom, you're gonna see 440C steel. And I'll show that again in a minute. And that's what Buck used when they first started making their 110s. Now, what I did want to tell you was this story. I have a store that I frequent down the street. A lot of you guys may know that store. I was in there. I'm trying to make a long story short because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to take up too much of your time on this one. But I was in there for a couple hours, and the owner that I'm very, we're friendly. He brought these two, after I had purchased a couple knives already, he brought these two knives over to me, and he said, hey, I'll give these to you for, I think it was like $150. And I was like, what? $150? They're both limited editions. I have the boxes for the limited editions. I actually have them. I just don't have them out on the table right now. But I said, absolutely. That's a steal. I said, absolutely, I'll take them. Sold. I walked out of the store. He gave me this, and he gave me this certificate of authenticity. If we look here, you can see that right there. It has a serial number at the top, Chuck Buck and CJ Buck down the bottom. Now, here's where it gets a little bit confusing. I didn't know anything about this. What I had just bought. All I knew it was something. It was something. It was something pretty good. Later on that day, when I got home, I looked at this here. Well, first of all, I looked at this here, okay? And I seen, everything that it says there, a serial number, 40, this you can't make it out, but it says 043 out of 110. What it really says is 043D/110D. And what that means is 43 out of 110 made. Now, on the back of these two bucks, they both say the same thing, 43 out of 110 made. All right. If we look here, what it says, and I'm just going to say this real quick, is this special limited edition set consisting of 4 collectible knives signifies the 50th anniversary of the Model 110. We invite you to take a journey into the past, present, and future as we pay respect to the knife that helped pave the way for Buck knives. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this through the camera. As a world leader in the sports knife industry, named after the streets. Now here's where it gets good. So named after the streets, the factories were located during the production. These timeless keepsakes encompasses the qualities and features representative of that time. Now, there was 4 knives made, guys, and the 4 knives that were made after the 4 streets. Now, if we look here, all right, we're gonna see. And I don't want to, like I said, you see the Federal, the Magnolia, the Whaled, and I can't pronounce it, but the Loesch. I don't know how they pronounce that. Now, those are 4 streets, guys, that represent, like they just talked about here, streets that were basically streets where these, I believe, I want to say where these factories were on, where these buck factories were on. For example, this one here is the Federal. Okay, I'm sorry, is the Magnolia, which means it was made on Magnolia. Now, if we look, it talks about For the Magnolia, it says maintaining and improving quality and reliability has always been a standard with Buck knives. In 1969, the new 30,000 square foot plant on Magnolia still utilizing 440C steel. The 110 that included forged sides with squared off corners. The Folding Hunter is proof that one man's hope and determination could transform into a legacy passed on through generations. Now, this is the knife that symbolizes that, all right, for the 50th anniversary, the Magnolia. Now, like I said, without taking too much time, let's just take a quick look at this. You see the squared off bolsters, guys, on both ends. I brought a regular Buck 110 out to show you the differences. All right, much smaller. Look at the size of the handle. The handle is smaller. The size of the bolsters are smaller. The wood here, the handle itself is squared off, whereas the regular 110 is more rounded. The biggest difference is, we all know this old one is 428C, where this new one here is 440C, okay? So what they were doing with this was they were bringing it back to, how this Buck 110 was made at that time. It had the squared off bolsters, it had the bigger handle, squared handle. It was utilizing 440C, and I'm trying to get that in for you, but you can see it there, 440C blade steel. If we look on the knife, you'll see 43 out of 110 made. And then you'll see that Boss heat treat down the bottom. But I didn't know what I was getting into when I bought this knife, guys. And there goes my dog. I apologize for that. But I didn't know what I was getting into when I bought this knife. Little did I know, something like this was happening. And I apologize for my dog. She's a barker. Next up here, we have this G10. And this is S30V blade steel. Trying to get that in for you. If you look right there, you can see it, S30V. Try to go this side with it. S30V, Paul Boss, 43 out of 110 made. Same deal with this, okay? But this is G10, and this is utilizing the S30V. Now, if we go back down and we look here, we're going to notice, on this one here, we're going to notice this is going to be it's called the Los. So it must have been on that street. And what it says is the new version of the 110 is named after the company's current factory on Los Street in Losher Street in Post Falls, Idaho. That's where they are now, and represents represents a concept for modern design of the Folding Hunter. This version contains matte finished nickel silver bolsters, S30V steel blade, and textured G10 inlays. It also utilizes a belt clip and thumb stud for easy carry and opening. So this is the last one out of the four, and you can see that by the S30V blade steel that it's using. What this is basically doing is taking you through the times, guys. I don't have the other two knives. I don't have the Federal. I do have this one here, and I don't have the Weld. All right, if I can get those two, that'll add to the collection. And again, guys, I have this certificate. I had no idea, guys, and I'm gonna show what I was getting into when I bought these for 150 bucks. But here it is here. This one is the S30V blade steel, nickel silver bolsters, G10 inlays, and you have that pocket clip on the back. And then there's your 43 of 110 made. And then you have your Paul Boss heat treat with that S30V. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to bring you guys this quick video of two knives that came my way. And I didn't even know, like I said, what I was getting into when I bought these. I had no idea that they had this 4-piece set. And now that I have them in hand and I've read up on it a little bit, I want those other two blades, obviously, to complete the the set here. So I'll be on the lookout for those. But this has great action, guys. G10, you have your thumb stud there. Great action on it. S30V, you can see the buck red in the handle right there. Pocket clip, beautiful blade, that 110 blade. So that's a quick look at that. And then again, guys, this is a 440C, that 110 blade that we all know, but it's, like I said, 440C. There's a good picture of it there. Comes in view better, I mean. And then 43 out of 110 made. But what I really love about this is the bolsters, and I love the handle, the thickness. Again, guys, look at the difference on that. Just a big difference in how they used to be. And we can see the 50 in the middle there, 50 USA. And if we look here, it's going to be the same thing. Hard to see it, but it says right there, 50 USA. I wish it came in better, but it's just not coming in. But you can believe me on that. It says 50 USA on it on both of them. So two great knives here. I just wanted to share that story with you guys. How I came about these for 150 bucks, and I had no idea what I was getting into. So I'll be on the lookout for the other two. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate you guys as always. Again, thank you for being on me and Big J's lives. If you guys like my content, please like, comment. Love talking to you. And please do subscribe. A lot more content on the way. As always, guys, I really do appreciate you. Talk to you next time. Have a good one.